We're back inside the Dome for the first time in 2019 as the Rams continue AAC play against the St. Andrews University Knights here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Hello, everybody. My name is Bailey Engel. We're glad to have you with us, and Happy New Year. And it's been a Happy New Year indeed for Bluefield College so far here in the calendar year. A couple of wins in the conference, 2 in a row to be exact, against Montreat as well as Brenau. And the two likely stars for Bluefield have been playing very well. Danae Cox, a couple of good games for her, the senior out of Richmond, Virginia, right now averaging 15.9 points per game and shooting 32% from beyond the arc. Courtney Kendrick, after missing all of last year, also a player averaging in double figures for Bluefield, the senior from Charleston, West Virginia, 12.1 points per game, nearly averaging a double-double, 9.9 rebounds per game. And if you round that up, of course, a double-double for Courtney Kendrick, going up against St. Andrews, 6-7 on the year and 4-4 in the AAC. Rams one game above 500 as Kiera Bellanier duels for the tip and slaps the ball into the backcourt where it's eventually picked up by Samantha Ring for St. Andrews. St. Andrews coming from Laurinburg, North Carolina, not too far from Myrtle Beach. An opening steal for Courtney Kendrick. Well, Danae Cox is down low to Crockett, so it'll go Cox, Crockett, as well as Sierra Cook for Bluefield running the point with Courtney Kendrick and Kiera Bellanier. Good storm in, Bellanier, kick out. Kendrick with only 8 seconds on the shot clock. Cox, Euro step, off the glass, offensive board, and the stick back follows. That's where the Rams have certainly improved this year, having those offensive rebounds that Courtney Kendrick can bring in, and then the ability to score on those second chance opportunities. That's why the Rams have found a few more wins. Another steal, 2 turnovers starting out for St. Andrews, of course, and the dark blue and the Rams in the white. 9 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Cox calls for a new offense. Bellanier wide open, storms to the baseline and draws a foul. That's going to be called on Kayla Clifton, the 5'7" senior from Hampton, Virginia, and a transfer from Bryan and Stratton College. Cook to pass the ball in for Bluefield. Not a lot of Rams fans here. Of course, those classes starting up again tomorrow for the second semester of this 2019 year. Or 2018-2019 school year. Crockett. And now an offensive foul called. Have to see who they booked that on. I believe it'll be called on Cook. That's the first team foul on Bluefield. Two to nothing the score, running the point. It'll be Courtney Rowe for St. Andrews. Already in 2019, we have our first lull in the action, trying to get things together at the scorer's table. So a big week for the Rams as far as the AAC goes. They have to play St. Andrews here today in their home opener of the calendar year. And in just 2 days, they play against their arch rival Milligan Buffaloes. That's, of course, one of the closer drives of the year for Bluefield. That's going to be in Johnson City. Yours truly will be on an audio-only call that'll be viewed right here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. For those of you who just want to get the Bluefield perspective of the game, of course, Milligan will have that video for you. They do have audio, but we'll bring our own Bluefield spin to it this Thursday. Drive in for Courtney Rowe, trying to tie up the game. A good bounce down low, pivots towards the basket and racking it up is Morgan Perkins. By the way, that foul on Bluefield, that was going to go on Courtney Kendrick, so her first and a team first. 8:20 left to go in the first quarter. Finding Bellanier. Cox is wide open. Yes. First triple of the game for the senior from Richmond, Virginia, and the Rams take the lead again. Here comes Rowe. Of course, Corey Mullins right now in his 5th season has always prided himself as how well the Rams play defense. Another shot. It's a brick. Ranging in, offensive board. Prayer of a layup bounces out. Dominique Cook couldn't get the ball to rattle home. Rams keep the lead with 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cox steps to the basket, fouled on her way there. So that'll be 2 shots for Danae Cox, one of the better free throw shooters for Bluefield. And of course, it is a promising start for her here in 2019. Had a slow junior season as she misses that first free throw. Second shot. Now it goes. 6-2 the score. So St. Andrews, those couple of opening turnovers set the tone in the first quarter. Rams able to hit that shot off of Courtney Kendrick's offensive putback. But how about that three? Courtney Rowe finding herself open. Makes it a 1-point game. Now a steal again. Picked away by Samantha Ring. Here comes Rowe. Bounces wide. Errant pass. A drive for Cook. Count the layup. Knights up by 1. Rams with a couple of big wins against Brunel as well as Montreat. Doing that on the road, very impressive. And Crockett, the sophomore from Wytheville, bounces the ball around and it falls through the tin. It'll be important for the Rams to try to finish a game. The last time they were here, they were not able to do that against Tennessee Wesleyan. Meanwhile, a defensive rebound for Danae Cox. Cook. Pass is just intercepted out of the air by Kayla Clifton. That was a bullet, and Clifton was able to snatch it in the paint. Matched up with Crockett, a good screen. Cook pulls up. Air ball on a 3 right into the hands of Cook. So Cook misses for St. Andrews, and a beautiful pass, threading the needle. Sierra Cook to Courtney Kendrick. Rams just have that ability. A couple of good guards that are able to be floor commanders for Bluefield. A great job this year has been done by Danae Cox in that aspect of the game, but Sierra Cook, really a laser beam pass there to Courtney Kendrick. Lob down low, no one's there, and the Knights are being plagued by that turnover early on in this one. So coming into the game for the first time for Bluefield, Tiana Scott, the sophomore from Chesapeake, Virginia. As now Cook goes out of the game for the first time. Danae Cox thought about a 3 there, loves to pull that trigger. And Bellanier, not a player that really likes to rise for the 3 ball. 5:05 left to go in the first quarter, 11 seconds left on the shot clock as that ball was popped out of bounds. Subbing into the game, it's Destiny Cartrette. So St. Andrews brings in some fresh legs down low. Cartrette not bringing in a bunch of size, just 5 feet tall, as Danae Cox is short on a 3, tried to find her shot, wrestled to the ground. Cartrette throws it back, and somehow ranging back to get the basketball is Courtney Rowe. Cartrette, layup, nowhere close. Boy, these have been a couple of ugly possessions for St. Andrews. No good for Scott. Off of the leg of St. Andrews Morgan Perkins, and the Rams will have to inbounds this ball with 4.5 minutes left to go. Still the first quarter, folks. Rams leading 10-7. Scott. Now for Cox. Rams trying to move with the screen here. No pick and roll available. Scott rises. Can't connect. Rowe, the primary point guard for St. Andrews. A good bounce down low to Cartrette. Good chop by Bluefield. Getting back on defense and making it tough for the Knights. Lipton. No good. Rams don't have numbers. Errant pass. Kendrick to the rescue. Cox goes into a triple team and gets hacked. Oh, Kendrick was wide open in the corner there on that pitch out, but it'll be the third team foul for St. Andrews. And already the second foul on Kayla Clifton. Normally number 34, but wearing number 35 today is Danae Cox. This is her second free throw of the contest right now at 1-3. And here comes Emily Hart for Bluefield. Emily Hart has has played in those last two games, yet to play at the Dome this year. And Corey Mullen certainly excited to have another experienced guard back in the lineup. Well, Danae Cox hits the second of two free throws, makes it a 4-point lead for Bluefield. Halts the clock at 3:55 left to go in the first quarter, and the Rams are up by 2 possessions. Of course, we got our men's game right after this. Bluefield College trying to snap their 3-game losing skid against St. Andrews, a team that just beat number 7 Union by 11 points, and they're only 5-10. Rowe rises. Good rebound by Scott. Kendrick lost the ball, was not ready. These cross-court passes certainly not working for Bluefield. Corey Mullins can't be that frustrated because the defense is forcing a lot of terrible possessions for this team from Laurinburg, North Carolina. Hart for 3. You bet. First 3 at home this year, and the Rams have taken a 7-point lead. Foot was on the line. They'll call it a 2. So a 6-point lead for Bluefield. Good spin. Foul's called on Kendrick. That's going to send Perkins to the line for the first time in the game. Yeah, no doubt about that. We're looking at the playback of our YouTube stream, and Emily Hart had that whole right foot inside the perimeter, so a long 2. She's a player that can get it done from beyond the arc, that's for sure. First free throw goes for Lipton. Or rather, that's Morgan Perkins. Makes it a 5-point contest. A couple of new players checking in for the Knights. Alexis Muriel, joined by Dominique Cook, got the start in this game. Both free throws go for Perkins, and now it's 13-9. Full court press. Errant passes. Emily Hart tipped the ball to herself, and the Rams try to relax. Another bad pass from Scott. Boy, that was right to Perkins. Trying to go down low to Haley Turman, who just entered the game for the first time. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left. Cook goes against the screen. Another turnover. Cox saw she needed help. Turman almost walked there. Emily Hart turnaround. Ugly possessions being matched with uglier possessions on either side. Sierra Hampton now backing out for St. Andrews. Pivots. Perkins. This is from the elbow. Here comes Emily Hart. Pitches out. Crockett for 3. Turman fighting for the rebound. She can't get it. Alexis Muriel, the flare pass. Boy, both of these teams just need to slow down. Under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Danae Cox to the glass. Yes. Trying to speed the game up. 15-9. Rams lead by 6. First game of the year for Bluefield at home in 2019. It's been all the way since December 8th. It has been literally a month since we've had basketball at the Dome. Meanwhile, that's Muriel. Good dish to Crockett. Gets closer and sinks the mid-range. Rams eyeing for their 3rd win in a row, trying to look at possibly their 8th win of the year in conference play. Good pitch out. Cook. Too hard. Scott fought her way for that rebound. 45 seconds left to go. And a blocking foul is called on Dominique Cook. And no, now it's going to be an offensive foul. Oh, that's what happens when Scott goes into the lane with reckless abandonment, just trucked that player and appeared to be Cook. 44 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Another lob. Perkins somehow found that shot. Shot clock is off. 25 seconds now. Scott, Euro step, tripped up, and now draws a foul. That's going to go on St. Andrews and put Sierra Hampton in the books for the first time. They won't call that a shooting foul. It'll be the fourth foul for St. Andrews, so if there manages to be another foul left, 21.4 seconds left to go. Here's Scott. Bad pass to Cox. Turman saved it as Cox scrambled into the bleachers, and a foul's called on St. Andrews. Bad foul there. That's going to send the Rams to the line. Second foul called on Dominique Cook. Fifth foul, and here's Haley Turman. Turman, a junior from Laurels Fork, Virginia, went to Carroll County High School, right on the North Carolina border. Turman, a 75% free throw shooter going into that one, and now she is 3 of 5 for the year. So now it's 60%. That was just her 5th free throw taken all season. It's the second with 18.1 seconds left to go. 18-13. Open for help, it's Muriel. She'll hold it for her last shot. Hampton finds Cook. 3 seconds now. Muriel has to make a move. Floats. Misses the shot at the buzzer. And it will be 18-13 going into the second quarter. Rams trying to keep this up and hold a lead going into halftime when we come back for the second quarter here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Rams winning this one 18-13 going into the second quarter. A 3-ball missed by Cox. She looks like she'll get another chance at it, and she won't hit either. So 0 of 2 to start out in the first 15 seconds. A tie-up force that'll give the ball right back to St. Andrews. Seen a lot of turnovers early on in this one. 9:43 left to go in the first half. Bluefield trying to win their 3rd game in a row. That would be very important for Bluefield, finding their 8th win in conference this season. The team that found its struggles last year did manage to find a couple of key wins, including beating Tennessee Wesleyan at the buzzer last season. Couldn't beat them this year at home. But now this year looking for what could be their 9th win overall. A rebound for Bell-Lanier. Relatively quiet in that first quarter. Dishes all around. Turman to the glass. No good for Lipton. Good pitch out. And a turnover gives the ball right back to Bluefield. 6th turnover of the game for St. Andrews. How about that? And the Rams themselves have 5. Cox drives in. Turman was wide open down low. Long 2. Off the mark. Leading the way for Bluefield at the moment. 7 points for Danae Cox, 4 for Crockett as well as Kendrick. Turman with 3. As she snatches another rebound, a missed 3. Rams up 20-13. St. Andrews still trying to find their first basket of the quarter. Down to 8.5 minutes left in the first half. Cook loops it back out. Turman along 2. This time it's good. 9-point lead for the Rams, their largest in the ball game. Lost the ball. Good steal by Cox. Rams going 4-on-1, and a double dribble called on Danae Cox. That's disappointing for Bluefield. It was about guaranteed they're going to get a basket right there. And Danae Cox turned the ball over. Stops the clock at 8:02 left to go in the first half. 22-13 the score. Kendall Cloninger in the game. An unorthodox but effective three-point shooter for the Rams this season. Here comes Rowe. 8 minutes flat left to go in the second quarter. Lob down. Bell-Lanier skies for the steal and chucked the ball back in. Just looped over the Bluefield bench. Turman losing some of her balance. St. Andrews working with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Kick out up top. Driving in. And it's good. That's Perkins. Then within 7, a bad pass on the inbound, and it'll be called on Bell-Lanier, a foul. She was draped over the back of Rowe. And Sierra Cook with that mindless pass. Now it's back out up top. Here comes Lipton. Her 3. No good. Rebound for Cloninger. Rams have to try to navigate their way out of that full court press. Bell-Lanier, what a step. And drew the block call. That's going to go on Lipton. I believe that should be her 3rd. Second team foul for St. Andrews, and Kayla Lipton already has 3 fouls with 7:15 left to go in the second quarter. And a timeout is called by St. Andrews Yvette Sparks in her 4th season. 22-15 Rams lead in the first half, 7:15 left to go in the second quarter. Free throw coming up for Kiera Bell-Lanier. And it's good. 23-15 the score. And the men's game right after this, going around 7:30. Bluefield, the women's side, trying to focus on their third win in a row. Bell-Lanier misses the second, and it will stay at an 8-point lead for Bluefield. St. Andrews starting out the first quarter with a couple of turnovers, and they have draped here or carried on over into the second quarter. Courtney Rowe had 3 points in that first quarter. See that she's the floor commander for St. Andrews. 9 on the shot clock, though. Has to command something here. 6:50 left to go. For the shot clock, Perkins lost the ball. She has no idea. Shot clock violation, and that's going to make Corey Mullins very happy. There was no sense of urgency in that St. Andrews possession at all, and they made him pay for it. Oh, Bell-Lanier will pass the ball in. Emily Hart running the point for Bluefield. Junior from Independence, Virginia. Glad you can be back in the lineup. Really worked well with Hannah Preservati last year. Crockett into a double team. Has to pitch it back out. Cloninger swirls out. Bell-Lanier back on the deck. Count it for 2. 25-15, first double-digit lead of the game for Bluefield. A little over 6 minutes left to go. Perkins. Oh, Perkins really has shown some talent. And these entry lobs into the paint, claps the ball in and finds her angle to the basket. Rocket on a head fake. Bell-Lanier tried to find her open lane. Whistle and a foul is called. That's going to go against Perkins for St. Andrews. Second foul called on St. Andrews, and the first one called on the forward for the Knights. Hart. And to Bell-Lanier. Here comes Emily Hart. Mid-range is too hard. A rebound by Mackenzie Terry, her first board of the game. 5:40 left in the first half. Lipton trying to put on a clinic against Turman and sinks the and one. Can't complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Emily Hart snatches the board. Bell-Lanier. Crockett, not a great idea. Getting packed there by Samantha Ring. Cloninger didn't even jump. It was a bit odd for Bluefield. Cloninger just caught the ball, turned around, and with her feet set, anchored in that wood, is able to hit that 5-footer. Lost the ball. Bell-Lanier trying to speed the ball up. Emily Hart intercepted by Perkins. She's going to be the hustle player of the game for St. Andrews. Courtney Rowe. Cook. Off the mark. Corey Mullins urging his team to go. Midcourt trap. Bell-Lanier pitches out. Too short on the open three. Found her own rebound, though. And the 15-footer goes for the Richmond native. Timeout called by Yvette Sparks. Rams up by 10, 29-19. Bluefield outplaying the Knights with 4:23 left to go in the second quarter. Back into the game with 4:22 left to go in the first half. Rams leading 29-19. St. Andrews has not been able to consistently put together good possessions. Bell Lanier snipes that pass out of the air. Needs help and finds it in Danae Cox, who re-enters the game. Perkins, the only player that has been able to punish Bluefield down low. At least on the offensive end, as Bell Lanier storms in and draws a foul. That's going to go on Alexis Muriel. Her first foul, the guard, freshman coming from Gastonia, North Carolina. Now Danae Cox will try to chuck this one in. Hands it off to Cox. As Corey Mullins urges his team to be patient. Cloninger. Too short on another three. Can't get the ball back. Stops the clock at 3:45 left to go. Defense has provided solid pressure for Bluefield all game, and Niala Curtis trying to join that party. Layup can't go. Cloninger back to Cox, steps into a three. Boy, Bluefield doesn't have enough muscle on those triples today. Three is blocked. Cloninger fought it back to Danae Cox. Now with 3:05 to go, Rams are trying to be speedy, and they can be. Curtis was wide open down low, and Corey Mullins calls a timeout with 3:01 left to go in the half. Bluefield leads 31-19. Welcome back, everybody. Bluefield leading by 12 now over this team from Laurinburg, North Carolina, eyeing their third win in a row in 2019. Bell Lanier muscles her way for another steal. Danae Cox runs the ball up for Bluefield. 2:50 left to go in the first half. Cox hasn't been on the money today, but her teammates have, as Bell Lanier aims for that rare three for her. Curtis on the effort play kept the ball in bounds. Cloninger, pitch out. Crockett. Air ball. Now the officials stopped the game. It originally looked like he wanted to call a foul at least. And now in 2019, our first shot clock stoppage of the game. They originally reset the shot clock, and then they put it down to 14. So that's a break for Bluefield because Crockett definitely missed that three, and Bluefield will maintain possession now with 2:33 left to go. 10 on the shot clock. Cox. Crockett, another try at the three. Back iron and over the basket, so Bluefield can't get anything done with that gifted possession. So it remains 31-19, 2:23 on the clock in the first half of play. Bluefield has been outplaying St. Andrews in pretty much every facet of the game, forcing turnovers. Rowe bounces to Perkins. That's the only player that has put any sort of pressure on Bluefield in this one. It's Morgan Perkins. And they couldn't even inbound the ball. Niala Curtis stepped over the baseline. And an absolute lapse in judgment after coming in and getting a basket. That'll take Bell Lanier as well as Curtis off. So St. Andrews, quick feed in, and Lipton pushes it off the glass. Now it's an 8-point game all of a sudden, 31-23. Emily Hart into the game. Cloninger hits her first three of the contest. Exactly what the Rams needed after, quite frankly, nobody really knew what was going on with that inbounds pass. Now Perkins draws a foul. That's going to be called on Danae Cox. Halting the clock at 1:42. Only the third foul on Bluefield in the second quarter. And the first foul on Danae Cox in this entire matchup. Lipton finally misses. Crockett finds Hart. Minute and a half left to go on a head fake. Draws a foul on her way to the rim, and that will send her to the line. Foul booking Courtney Rowe. Fourth team foul, her second. Minute 24. What a head fake there for the sophomore, and Crockett found the open lane and did the right thing to try to go to the square. Misses her first free throw, though, so the score remains 34-23. Rams leading by 11 for the second time in the game. Misses both free throws, and you can hear that frustration for Crockett. And a 20 left as Rowe takes the ball over midcourt. Dominique Cook pressured by Crockett. Game clock down to a minute 3. Shot clock down to 10. Rowe off a screen. Found no gaps. Cook had to pick it up. Has to shoot at the buzzer. Shot clock violation. Second one of the game forced by this Rams defense, playing tough so far in the Dome. And they will get the ball back with 52.6 seconds left to go in the first half. Basketball doubleheader here in the AAC. Rams men's basketball going up against St. Andrews at approximately 7:30. You'll see them warm up in about 50 seconds from now. Cox finds Cloninger. Corner three. Off the mark just by an inch. Rattled away. Game clock now down to 33 seconds. Shot clock is still on. About a 6-second differential between the two clocks. Artrette back into the contest as well. No good. Missed a three. Shot clock is off. 14 seconds. Danae Cox wants help. Tries to find movement. Has to pick it up. Down to Hart. To the glass. She's blocked. We'll have an inbounds pass with 4.2 seconds left. That was Morgan Perkins. What a standout game for her. Just a sophomore. 4.2 seconds left. Cox. Cloninger. Turns around. Turman at the buzzer. Bounces and misses. So that'll be it for the first half, 34-23. Going into halftime, Rams lead by 11 over their AAC foe in St. Andrews. We're going to be right back with a halftime update here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Both men's teams warming up here at halftime. Bluefield College leading St. Andrews in this women's basketball contest 34-23. Rams need to try to find a way to isolate Morgan Perkins, who has scored 16 of the 23 points for the night so far in this one. Only one player, actually nobody has scored in double figures, of course, 16 of the 23. And for Courtney Rowe in second with 3 points. That's all she has. Leading the way for Bluefield, Danae Cox has 7, but it's been a balanced scoring effort for Bluefield as Danae Cox did not even score in the second quarter. Jana Crockett had 4, as well as Courtney Kendrick. Kiera Bellanier with 5 as she hit that mid-range jumper right before the end of the first half. 2 for Curtis, 2 for Hart, as well as 5 for Cloninger and 5 for Haley Turman. Rams only outscored St. Andrews 16-10 there in that first, or rather in that second quarter. Turnovers continuing to be a problem for St. Andrews. They have 13 overall to the Rams 9. As far as the rebounds going in this one, Rams with 23, outboarding the Knights by 10, who have only 13 rebounds. The Rams also have 6 offensive rebounds as opposed to just 2 for St. Andrews, as well as 17 defensive rebounds for Bluefield and 11 overall for the team from Laurinburg, North Carolina. Leading the way in the rebounding department with 4 is Kiera Bellanier. Steals also becoming a problem for St. Andrews. They have thrown away balls 9 times as the ball has been stolen by Danae Cox 3 times, and Kiera Bellanier with 4 steals. Not normally a stat you see her pick up. Just about 5.5 minutes left to go before we start the second half. Rams lead 34-23 over St. Andrews. Ready to start the third quarter here in Bluefield. Rams lead by 11, 34-23 over St. Andrews, eyeing their third straight win in the calendar year of 2019 and looking to improve to 9-7 on the year, as well as an 8-4 record in the AAC. Crockett lobs to Kendrick and steps out of bounds. Not the best looking first possession of the half that you can ask for if you're Corey Mullins. Turnover for Bluefield. That is their 10th of the game. St. Andrews has turned the ball over 13 times. Lipton, have to watch out for her for St. Andrews, wearing number 35 at the moment, has 3 fouls. 9.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Perkins still on the floor, who has 16 points, almost another steal. 10 on the shot clock. Boy, that layup counted. That was a few steps there, and Lipton found the layup anyway, 34-25. And a whistle and a foul already called on St. Andrews. .9:18 left. Fourth foul on Lipton. So just like that, her fourth foul and taken out of the game. Scores, makes her mark, and with 9:18 left to go in this third quarter, she goes right back to the bench. Belvedere dribbles the ball out of bounds. .908 left to go. A pass from Sproul. Rams defense has been tough all game, forcing 2 shot clock violations on St. Andrews. Ring dribbles back out, hits the 3. First 5 points of the quarter falling for the Knights. Just like that, it's a 6-point game. St. Andrews coming out gunning so far in the third quarter, and the Rams look asleep. Crockett almost lost the ball. Kendrick, foot on the line. Long 2, can't fall. Cook pitches top of the key. Another step back. 2 in a row. Timeout called by Corey Mullins. Big time run for St. Andrews. 34-31. They've scored the first 8 points of the half. Corey Mullins back to the drawing board when we come back. So in less than 2 minutes, we have seen the Rams lead dwindle down from 11 points to now 3 points. 34-31. 8-0 run for SAU. Dangerous pass, finds Cox anyway. Another lob, Kendrick. Misses the mid-range. Good rebound for Belvedere, but Kendrick wasn't there on the handoff. Sproul leading the way. That's a bad miss there. Ring couldn't get it, but Sproul dives to the floor, fights for the rebound, and it will stay with St. Andrews after the tie-up. So right now, an opportunity to possibly tie this one up if Ring is able to hit another step-back 3. She's already hit 2 in the third. 7:32 left to go in the third quarter. Bounces into Perkins. 1-point game. .10 run. What a swarm. Bellanier finds Kendrick. Just what the doctor ordered for Bluefield. Finally getting a basket. Superior ball movement is the reason why Bluefield was able to take that 11-point lead going into halftime. Muriel again. Back to a 1-point game. 6:45 left to go in the third quarter. Cox finds space. Kendrick turns around. Too hard. Followed her shot. Lost the ball. Bellanier stormed in to snatch it away. Barely keeps it alive, but barely is the key word. Cook, open lane. Gets fouled. Won't be a shooting foul, of course. It'll be the second foul on St. Andrews with 6:18 left to go in the third quarter. Haley Turman checking into the game, as well as Carteret for St. Andrews. Muriel goes back to the bench. 3 fouls now called on Dominique Cook. Solid perimeter defense for St. Andrews, picking up a great screen. Cook finishes. The key to that, Turman standing like a wall at the top of the key, and Sierra Cook was able to just sprint into the rim. For the tie. Cook misses. Good rebound by Perkins. Almost a backcourt violation. Carteret kept the ball alive. All that being done with just about 6 seconds elapsed on that shot clock. Carteret just 5 feet. Rowe has to make a move. 5 seconds for the tie. Yes. 38-38. Rams led by 11 at halftime. And in less than 5 minutes, the run has concluded here for a tie. Can't say it's concluded yet. Still going for St. Andrews. Another great high ball screen, and Sierra Cook just draped the ball on the back iron. Knights with a chance to take the lead for the first time in the game. Rather, the second time, going all the way back to early in the first quarter. .44 left to go in the third quarter. 38-38. 3 for Ring. Her first miss of the quarter. Here comes Crockett. Chest pass. Too hard. Ball finds its way back into the hands of St. Andrews, and Bluefield, boy, those passes, they are running too fast for their own good. Emily Hart as well as Scott into the game for Bluefield. Crockett checking out, joined by Sierra Cook. Into the game for the first time for St. Andrews, Patience Parker. Ring, again. Another 3 for St. Andrews. It's got to be frustrating for Bluefield. Parker steps up with midcourt pressure. Bellanier, somehow that layup found its way through the net. Chucking it up in the air, and Bluefield is back within 1. A jab step to the lane, bad layup. Bellanier stepping it up for Bluefield. Danae Cox has yet to score since the first quarter. Must have heard us there, and the layup can't go. It's going to be a foul called on Parker. 2 shots for Danae Cox. Chance to tie it up and take the lead. Rams led 34-23 at halftime. Tied up 41-41. And it stays tied, swirling out of the cup. Rebound for Perkins. 41-41 the score. Here comes Muriel. Perkins storms her way to the basket. Bellinier tried to draw the foul, no call. Lead goes right back for the Knights. Another steal. Foot race to the rim. And Muriel bounces it off the backboard, a tie-up, and that should give the ball back to the Rams. It will. Well, she went in there with a head full of steam and just bricked the ball off of the left corner of the basket. Under 3 minutes left to play in the third quarter. It's been all St. Andrews. Cox misses again. Hasn't been her night, especially from beyond the arc. Two minutes, 35 seconds. With a pump fake. 10 on the shot clock for St. Andrews. Perkins turns around, nobody was there. Largest lead of the game for St. Andrews, now at 4 points. Another screen. Turman provides that for Bluefield. Cox hopes for help, finds it in Hart. Scott, too hard. Oh, almost lost the ball in the backcourt. And the score stays 45-41. Rams have only scored 7 points in the third quarter, 22 for St. Andrews. 10 on the shot clock, Knights taking their time. Hampton dishes. Rowe misses the three-pointer with the shot clock winding down, and Bellinier stepped up for the rebound and walked. That'll bring Courtney Kendrick back into the contest, subbing in for Haley Turman. And Samantha Ring into the ball game again. She was the reason why St. Andrews got quickly back into this one, and they have taken the lead. So a fresh shot clock, 1:24 left to go in the first quarter, or the first part of this second half, in the third quarter, I should say. The bounce down low. Hampton bullies her way to the rim. Can't convert. Minute 3. And a foul called on Muriel. That'll be the fourth team foul. Interestingly enough, the Rams have not fouled in the third quarter. Third foul for Muriel. Cook dishes into Kendrick. Knows that the offense drawn up was to get the ball back to the point guard. 55 seconds left to go in the quarter. Good screen up top. Cook ducks her head, draws a foul, misses the layup, and she'll go to the line. Halting the clock at 50.1 seconds left to go, and boy, Bluefield will have another quarter to try to get back into this one. Of course, only down by 2 possessions, but still, they have been outplayed by St. Andrews by far in the third quarter. Cook, it's the free throw, and that puts them back within 3. By the way, that was the first foul called on Hampton. And the transfer from Mid-Atlantic Christian tickles the twine with her second free throw. So it's a 2-point game, 45 seconds left. Perkins, she'll go to the free throw line as well. And Morgan Perkins just bullying Bluefield in the low post. Stopping the clock at now 39.3 seconds left. And the men's game right after this, coming up at around 7:30. Perkins. Her free throw is good. Can't count the second, and Muriel snatches the board on the right wing. Rowe. This is from beyond the arc. Bellinier steps up for the rebound. 24 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Shot clock is off. Shocking turn of events in the third quarter. Rams with a chance to tie or make it a one-point game. Bellinier thought about trying to make it a one-point game there. 8 seconds left. Hart, dangerous pass. Pickpocketed by Rowe. 3 seconds. Muriel tries to shoot at the buzzer. Couldn't draw a foul. And that will be the score going into the fourth quarter. What a turn of events. St. Andrews leads by 3. It's 46-43 here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Ready for the fourth and final quarter. 10 minutes left to play in this one. St. Andrews came out and pummeled Bluefield in that third quarter. Rams led by 11 going into halftime, and now it's a 3-point lead for St. Andrews. Losing the ball, here comes Morgan Perkins, who has led the charge for St. Andrews as she chucks a pass out to Samantha Ring, who also got that run started with a couple of big threes. Darting around the arc. 8 on the shot clock. Uriel, bounce pass, stolen away by Danae Cox. It's been a slow game for Danae Cox. And now a foul is called on St. Andrews. 23 points for Morgan Perkins, 10 of 13 from the field, as well as 5 rebounds. That'll be the third foul called on St. Andrews' Courtney Rowe. First team foul. Rams with one player in double figures. It's Kiera Bellinier. Rather, she has 7. She has 10 rebounds, though. Crockett misses the 3. Tried to tie up the game. Rams have no players in double figures, I should say. Bellinier with the only double figure statistic with 10 rebounds. Minute elapsed in the fourth quarter. Rams down by 3. The only player in double figures for St. Andrews is Morgan Perkins. Make that 25 points for her. Rams just getting beat out of the gate after that halftime. Danae Cox for 3. Air ball. Kendrick, her effort isn't good enough, and it gives the ball right back to St. Andrews. Kayla Clifton into the game again. So Clifton have to watch out. She already has 4 fouls. And that could harm this team going forward. A lot of them in foul trouble. Perkins turns around, 27 points. It has been unbelievable the way she has taken over this game. Largest lead of the ball game for St. Andrews at 7 points. Back to Cox, tries again. Wide right. Ball is loose. Rebound Clifton. By the way, for Perkins, only 1 foul. It has just been a dominant performance. And then walked. Curtis into the game for Bluefield. Arabelle Lanier goes out. Rams now are 2 of 17 from beyond the arc. Emily Hart works off a screen. Kendrick. That's been the story of the day for Bluefield. Loose passes, not on the shot clock, stolen by Perkins. Has no help. Gets blocked, but a foul is called on Courtney Kendrick with 7:16 left. Third foul on Courtney Kendrick. Perkins searching for her 28th and 29th points of the contest. Make it 28. She has scored over half of the points for St. Andrews. Coming into this game averaging 18 a game, but now has eclipsed that by 11. Timeout called by Corey Mullins, a 9-point lead for St. Andrews as they have scored their first 6 points here in the fourth quarter. We're going to be right back with the rest of the fourth quarter here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams searching for answers here. 52-43, they trail by 9. Largest lead of the game for St. Andrews. Rams have yet to score in the fourth quarter. Darting passes around. Emily Hart too short. Curtis on the stick back. Counted with a foul. Hear that energy coming off of that Rams bench. Exactly what Bluefield needed. Corey Mullins talking to his team during the timeout, just telling them, let's go. They looked asleep going into the third quarter, and here in the fourth quarter, it hasn't been much different. Curtis misses the free throw. Rebound for Clifton. 7 minutes to play in the game. A 7-point lead. Courtney Rowe, a bounce pass down low to Perkins. Another walk call to Morgan Perkins. She wanted to push off on Courtney Kendrick, and she won't get it. That's where the Rams needed a turnover. Emily Hart. Not a great pass, but Crockett found it anyway. Cloninger pulls the trigger, swirls it home. Rams got it down to a 4-point game. First 3 of the second half hit by Bluefield. Clifton, what a head fake, and finishes. Crockett Out to Kendrick for three. Off the mark, but Emily Hart is right there. Finds Curtis, but so did Morgan Perkins. Halting the clock now at 6:02, but you can tell there's a different energy around Bluefield. Good job, Cloninger. Can she make it 2 threes in a row? Bit short, and Clifton jumped in to get the board. 5:50 left to go. Cherry picking is Cook. Now waits for help. Rams trail by 6 points. Rowe found her space but couldn't convert on the layup. Cloninger again. Count the three. 3-point ball game. 2 threes hit by Kendall Cloninger in the fourth quarter, and they're big ones, folks. Perkins missed the shot. Found a rebound, though. Another bounce to Perkins. To the floor she goes. Will they call a tie-up? Yes, they will, as the shot clock was going down. Will it be a tie-up or a shot clock violation? And it's a shot clock violation. Muriel comes back into the game for St. Andrews. Perkins goes out after a couple of turnovers. Rams have forced her to cool off at a very important time in the game with under 5 minutes left to play. 4:52 to be exact in running as Emily Hart carries the ball across midcourt. Crockett, Cloninger for the tie. Too hard. Curtis is right there. Kendrick, foot on the line. Misses again. Samantha Ring, right where she needed to be for St. Andrews. 4.5 minutes to go. Rams down by 3. Clifton booted the ball straight to Crockett. To the rack. No good. 3 Rams down there. You have to find Crockett. Steps into a 3. Wide left. You could tell with the feet stomping in, that was Muriel providing clutch defensive pressure, and a timeout, a much needed one called by St. Andrews Yvette Sparks. 4:08 left to go. Brand new ball game here. 54-51. Rams trail by 3 with 4:08 left to go. Now the shot clock is off on the other end of the basket. And remember last time that this happened. Oh, it's back on. Oh, the last time that happened, we had a power outage for about an hour here at the Dome, and I'm so happy that they put it back on. 4:08 left to go in the game, 54-51. St. Andrews leading by 3. They've led by as much as 9 in the fourth quarter. Lob to Muriel. Hooks. Misses. Rebound Hart. Pressure in the backcourt. What a steal! And another one for Emily Hart. Crockett takes the ball across the timeline. Drives in. Layup is good. 1-point game. St. Andrews galloped out to that 9-point lead. Now it has dwindled away. Clifton gets it backed up to a 3-point lead. That's the second time she's been able to do that in this run, is silence Bluefield. Kendrick on a head fake. Through the pressure. Follows her shot. Too hard. And Rowe tipped it out of bounds. A couple of fresh faces in for Bluefield. Cloninger hit 2 threes, goes to the bench. Danae Cox in. Ella Curtis goes off. Bellinier and Cox subbing in. It's a good lineup for Bluefield right now. Danae Cox can get back into it. It'll be trouble for St. Andrews. 2:58 left to go in the game, though. Cook, Kendrick, perfect inbounds play. 1-point game again in a full court press. Uriel gets fouled as she crosses the mid-court line. It'll go on Cook. Rams are down by 1. Clock is rolled all the way down to 2:40 left to go. Ring has it. Perkins back on the floor for St. Andrews. Taking their time. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Cook with a step, almost a walk. Muriel gets fouled. Completes the layup, but it's going to be on the floor. And it will be not a shooting foul. Third foul on Bluefield. I have to see who they call that on. I believe it's Kendrick. If so, that should be her 3rd or 4th. And it is Courtney Kendrick's 4th. Fresh shot clock, a good break for St. Andrews. Ring on a head fake. These step back threes have worked. Not there. Offensive rebound snatched away. Danae Cox, what an effort. Kendrick lost the ball, and Bluefield, when they move in transition, have not been able to connect on these passes. The idea is to move down the floor with ease, and they haven't been able to do that. Haven't been able to telegraph the passes. Immediate foul across midcourt with 2:03 left to go. 1-point lead. They called on Kiara Bellinier, 4th foul, so now the next foul will send St. Andrews to the line. Uriel on that right-handed dribble. Under 2 minutes left to play. Clifton, who herself has 4 fouls. 10 on the shot clock for St. Andrews. Rowe bullets a ball off the glass. 1 minute, 35 seconds. Rams trail by 1. Emily Hart, they're overloading that right side. Finding Cox for the lead. No good. Rebound Perkins. It's not Danae Cox's night, but that is the shot that Bluefield wanted. Timeout called by Sparks with 1:16 left to go in the game. Rams trail by 1. This one's going to come down to probably the final buzzer, folks, so you're not going to want to miss the rest of it. Just a little over a minute left to go here in this AAC matchup. Big inbounds play coming up for St. Andrews, 56-55. Ring thought about the three. Minute 10 left to go. Perkins, no good. Rams trying to capitalize on Perkins being cold for the first time in this entire game. 1 minute left to play. Down by one. Hart almost takes the lead, followed her shot. And the Rams have a new possession. 45 seconds left to go in the game. It bounced down low to Bellanier. And a foul is called. Just the third foul called on St. Andrews, so the Rams will get a fresh shot clock. 42.3 seconds left to go, and you have to wonder, will they keep up their very speedy brand of basketball, or will they try to slow it down? Rams men's team waiting in the wings. Bluefield hoping for their 9th win this year. St. Andrews trying to get to 500, currently at 6-7. So for St. Andrews, you can foul one more time without sending Bluefield to the line. Contact lens falling out onto the floor at a crucial point in this game. And Bellanier trying to put her back in her eye. She's ready to go. 42.3 seconds left to go. Crucial inbound pass here. Janae Cox treats back out. Bluefield taking their time. Clock is down to 34 seconds. 30 seconds in the game, 16 on the shot clock. 10 on the shot clock. Round the arc, Bellanier's on the floor. 5 on the shot clock now. Finding Kendrick, and the pass is picked away. Immediate foul. And the shot clock is off with 10.9 seconds left, and that's going to send St. Andrews to the line. The official had originally said to go inbounds on that pass there, but Rams better hope and they get the rebound here if she misses on the second shot. 10.9 seconds left to go. First free throw, it's good. Makes it a 2-point game. 57-55. Rams do have 2 timeouts left. Second shot, no good. Rebound by Kendrick, and an immediate timeout called by Corey Mullins. And that'll move the ball up. So they're going to advance on the opposite end of the floor with 10.2 seconds left. What a great game we've had here, folks. So far, it has been back and forth in the fourth quarter, but the Rams went into halftime leading by 11, but what a big third quarter provided by St. Andrews in this contest. Morgan Perkins went into the fourth quarter already had scored 23 points, has 28 tonight. They outscored Bluefield 23-9 in that third quarter, and now the Rams, despite being down by as much as 9 here in the fourth quarter, have cut it down to a 1-point game and now a 2-point game. That last possession, though, did not work out for them. That's a crucial miss there for Muriel. 57-55, Rams down by 2. They have 10.9 seconds left to go. Or a little under that, I believe. 10 seconds left in this timeout. Rams have won a buzzer beater game before. Down by 2. Will they try to go for the tie or the win? Rams have not shot well from beyond the arc in this game, except for Kendall Cloninger, who is not on the floor. So check that, 10.2 seconds left. Another timeout called by Corey Mullins. Wanted to see what St. Andrews was going to roll out in. So 57-55. You remember last year against Tennessee Wesleyan, Hannah Preservati gave it to Danae Cox. Of course, that game was tied. And then Danae Cox turned around from the right wing, hit a three-pointer that gave Bluefield an AAC win. But here against St. Andrews, Danae Cox has been pretty cold, so we'll have to see what Bluefield does here. They have Courtney Kendrick, Emily Hart, as well as Bellanier on the floor. It's a quick 30-second timeout. Down by 2. So Cook, Cox, Kendrick, Hart, and Bellanier. Bellanier will do the passing honors. 10.2 seconds left. Rams want to look for that final shot. Down by 2. Feeds into Hart. Clock is down to 7. Hart finds Cook. Now to Bellanier. Goes up for the tie. Misses. Perkins rebounds. A tie up. And now the buzzer. So a tie-up is called. Will they put more seconds on the clock? The officials seem to walk off of the floor, and that will be the ball game. A heartbreaker for Bluefield. 2 opportunities to try to tie it up or take the lead there, and St. Andrews with that great defensive stance times 2. So Bluefield, with their first loss of the calendar year, now falls to 8-8 on the year, 7-5 in the AAC. St. Andrews improves to 7-7 and 5-4 in the conference. What a comeback for St. Andrews, and Bluefield will have to try to work it out before they go on the road against Milligan this Thursday. Got a men's game right after this in just about 20 minutes. Don't go away, but that is it for our women's contest as St. Andrews wins this one 57-55.